Hey, welcome back. We're going to start week one, August. So I had to create a new sheet, which was good timing because we lost three of our bomber groups. And you can see I rearranged our bomber groups. I moved Hey Mabel over to the Hog Wild group to backfill for the one that left. And then we lost a B-24. So I purchased two new B-24s, Death Dealer and Hitler's Hearse. And you'll see they're the older models, so they don't have the chin turret upgrade, which is an issue because Goring does have the frontal attack tactic. So the one time we actually need the chin turret upgrade, I don't have it. There are no other B-24s to purchase that are modern. I mean, these are only 1 year old, but back in those days, that was a lifetime. So, as you may have noticed, Death Dealer here already has a replenish 1. And I gave him the flak defense -1. And then Hitler's Hearse got the replenish 2 with good aim. And he's good at oil targets, if we ever get one. But that's just it. I picked him because he has a good air-to-ground bonus when he levels up. That cost me 40 points, by the way. So the 40 points, we had some carryover, 16 points carryover from the previous month. We ended up getting 28 new points plus 7 for the week. And I think it worked out that I have 58 to start. So I may have done some of the numbers wrong for you, but trust me, the 58 number's right. It's just I'm wrong now because I'm on camera and I can't remember. I spent 40, so I have 18 left. And so what I'm trying to do is figure out what to do with the 18. And I decided to hit record and at least explain it. We're down to one fighter group. We could get the escort, obviously the new jet in October. But man, oh man, we still got to get through this month and next month before that'll happen. So the question is do I let my bombers fend for themselves with the air-to-air combat? So the B-17s, for example, have some very decent air-to-air numbers. So they don't necessarily need escorts anymore. The B-24s do, and I would escort the B-24 and then just operate with one escort. So the issue here is I have 18 SO points, and what can I buy? I can buy a P-38, which will have a range of 6 for 12 SO points. I would have to pay 4 more to maybe upgrade it. I don't necessarily need to, but just doing the math, that would be 16. And then if I gave him a commander, that would be 19 points, which I don't have. I only have 18. Obviously, I could choose not to upgrade them because I made the comment that you shouldn't. They get experience points so fast anyways, and that part might be true. So we can save the 4 points there and spend the 3 points instead on this, and then that would be 15 of my 18 points, and I have 3 SO points left. We have to bear in mind we have to also buy some chaff, which is 4 SO points. I forgot about that, or otherwise the flak radar is going to be, the flak radar is going to be an issue. And just a reminder, I was a goober. I thought we had 2 technologies. We only had 1. So the one that gave them the +2 Luftwaffe response, I put that back in the tray. And I did refund myself 6 SO points. So that's actually part of the equation. So if you're sitting there doing the math and you're like, oh, what's going on? I gave myself 6 SO points back because I didn't need the technology to counter it. The other thing that's an option for us is why don't we just go this week with one fighter group and then I can use the 28 points I get next week to purchase a fighter group. There's no need to go hog wild here. I've already bought 2 bomber groups, which was 40 points, 40 SO points, and that was the big drainage of my account there. But I did want to get my bomber groups back. I have 2 wing groups of 4, and then I have 1 wing group of 2 that has these little Marauders and Mitchells. So I really can use these guys to pitch in for a battle. I haven't yet. but I've been only using them for the diversion missions. So anyways, I think we should get started. With the situation the way it is, the 18 SO points, I do want to buy another fighter group. I don't think that's a question. So, and I may want to buy another bomber group. So now here's the thing. Dean told me that, okay, I know what I would have to do. Never mind. So I have two wing groups of 4. That's the maximum number you can have in a wing group. And I was wondering, what happens if I buy one more bomber? I don't have a wing group to put him in. And the answer is yes, I do. I can put him in with Flakbait, the Marauder, and the other one. And or I could have broken up these 2 wing groups of 4 and made 2 wing groups of 3 and 1 wing group of 2. But the point is you can never have a bomber that's all by himself. So, okay, back to this thing at hand. Let's roll for weather, because I think that's going to dictate what we do here. So I'm going to move the camera so we can get a place to roll. Now, one thing is when these groups get reassigned. So, for example, we lost a fighter group and 2 bomber groups to go to, another theater. So they went to the Pacific or whatever. The rules don't say what happens to the commanders. So there's several ways to interpret this. The first one is you could say the commander's out of the game. I think that's a little too much. It specifically says the wing group or the bomber group is. So I assume that the commander is available. Now, another assumption you can make is you've already purchased the commander. So he's already under your command. So since you lost the bomber group, that doesn't mean you lost the commander. So when you buy a new bomber group, you can assign, so like this commander is already bought and paid for. So as soon as I buy my fighter group, I can just use him. I think that's a valid interpretation of the rules. Why do you have to purchase him twice? I mean, you can get into some thematic craziness of, oh, you got to pay the 3 points to transfer him, and go through all the paperwork. Or, I mean, you can justify any interpretation you want outside of the fact that the rules don't tell you. So now, granted, I am using first edition rules. The second edition may expound on this. I did not check that. I know folks keep asking me to download it. I haven't. I'm sorry. I just like playing. I mean, the first edition rules are enough. I don't think that I needed that much clarification. But I am running into these weird things that I probably should have done that. So let's roll for weather. UK first. That is clear skies. It doesn't really do anything. Zone 1. Oh, stormy. So zone 1 is off limits. Zone 2. It's a 3 that's partly cloudy, and zone 3 is partly cloudy. Okay, so we can't do zone 1 missions. That's an interesting thing because I think all 3 of our airfields are in zone 1. Actually, I see one that's in zone 3 right now. But we have one airfield that has already been intel'd. It's high-level intel. There's no reason not to show you. That guy right there is Hex 11. That's Zone 1. That Hex 7 is right here in Zone 1. And then the one on the far left is Hex 12. And you can see there that that's Zone 3. It's actually a very viable target, especially if you're a bomber group without an escort. But there's a part of me that wants to start going after these transportation targets. Because you don't have to spend SO points to do it. So this one here we put on top, it is a T11. I don't even know what T11, oh, never mind. It's just Transport 11. This one is in Hex 8, which is off limits for us. But we would have increased the ETO +1 DRM. So that's why I wanted to go after this one. This one is Hex 18. That's deep in Germany. That one is viable. That one would require the B-24s. This is Hex 9. That's off limits. Hex 5 is in Zone 2, so it's doable. Zone 2, and then this one is Zone 2. So we have a bunch in zone 2 there near the end, but I did sort these based on the order I want to do them. This is a Germany target, so we add +1 to the possibility of kicking Goering out of office. So I'm very tempted to do this one. So that would be one of them. And then the other one, we could go after an aircraft factory because we have 18 SO points, or because we know we have to spend them to get a new plane. We could go after an airfield for the purposes of just eliminating things. That's not a bad idea. There's a whole bunch of them out there. But I sort of like the idea of the factories, because when we eliminated all these factories here, I actually enjoyed it a lot, because we still destroyed squadrons, Luftwaffe squadrons. We removed them from the map, and then we ended up only putting 5 of them back on. I think it turned out to be 4. I don't remember how it played out. Yeah, it was 4 that ended up back on. I think we removed at least 4. So we had a net plus or minus of almost nothing. But it does require diligently going after these factories. These factories obviously are limited by, we can't go in zone 1. So I'm looking. Oh yeah, there's one in zone 15. Where's the big 4-pointer? That one is in hex 15. Yeah, let's do that. So this one we'll go after with our B-17s. And then this one we'll go after with the B-24s, okay? The B-24s will have the escort, the B-17s will not, and the B-24s will carry nothing but the 0-point bombs, because this is a dispersed target. And then the B-17s, we may spend some points here. So we do have Hog Wild going with us, and so Hog Wild will... I'm thinking. So we got a 1, 2 target situation. That's our situation right there. We need 14 hits. It's not a dispersed target. I do have 18 SO points, so it's not like I'm sitting on nothing. But I don't want to spend them all. I want to save them so we can afford paying for bad weather. We can afford our recon plane if one gets destroyed, or we can afford buying a new fighter group. So I think what I want to do is, this is, for example, 3 points. That would put me down to 15. And that is almost a guaranteed, I think that is a guaranteed 4 hits based on all the bonuses that we're going to have. We would have a +2, +4, +6. Nope, we'd have a +6. So that would mean it's a guaranteed 3 hits. Because even if I roll 1, we would get a 7. So if I buy another one, that would be a guaranteed 6 hits out of the 14 we need. That's the question. And then we'd buy some incendiary, and then we would just roll all 0-point bombs and hope we get some hits. Oh, also, I forgot, I have to buy chaff. So that's going to be 4 points. So that 18 is going to go down to 14. And then I just spent 3 more. That puts us down to 11. You know, arguably speaking, 28 points is more than enough next week to pay for a new fighter group all by itself. I don't need to necessarily roll points in. I'll buy 2. So that's 10 of them. So now I'm down to 8 points. That's a lot less than I wanted, but remember, we need to destroy our targets. It's highly embarrassing to get there and not destroy your target. So let's give it a go. I'm very sad. I don't like, see, I play these games. I love the RPG. I love the leveling up. I get sad when we lose bomber groups to reassignment because that's us. It's part of me, you know, so I don't like that. All right, let's do our individual roll. I rolled a 6. We are still green, so we're going to be in the middle, which means we're going to get 1 experience point at the end, which will give us some kind of level up, potentially. Okay, let's roll for Luftwaffe. I rolled a 5, which on Goring's chart is a freaking high response. Oh my gosh. I have to get below a 4 to get anything less than a high. Goring is a nutball. Okay, so we did that. Oh, we got to do recon. So we're going to recon this, and we're going to recon the other target. White will be for this target. Blue will be for the other one. We already have a high on the airfield over there. So let's see what we get. I got 2 7s, which is sort of unfortunate because 7 is the top end of the medium, but it is way better than finding out our plane blew up or we got a low. So I'm not going to complain that much. But yes, we have a medium intel on both of the targets. So let's go. All right. Oh, crap. We got to do these. So the bombing groups that got removed is the 392nd and the 457. And then, of course, the fighter group, the 359. So 359, 392, and what was the other one? 457. Here's 457. And there's 392. Okay, so these 2 bomber groups are out and that escort's out. Okay, I bought the 93rd and 389. I just realized I need their tokens. They're pretty easy to spot in the tray because they're the darker green. Okay, so here's the 93rd and the 389. And then we moved Hey Mabel 447 over to this squad. So they're lined up. We have no escort on this one. And then this is the lineup for the other one. And who's going to be our leader? I didn't even... we'll go ahead and make Castle, Hitler's hearse, the leader. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll put the chaff on him. Okay, back to the mission. So we took off. We're here. No one's going to intercept. Then we move here, and we do get interception. So 1, 3, and 3. Okay. So 1, we're directly over, and we'll draw that one right now. And then 2 that are coming from 1 away. And this one would be flipped over. Well, okay, so group attack, I'm going to assume is only for these 2. So I rolled a 3. That means the lead bomber is going to take the hits. And then this one I'm going to roll different. I rolled a 1, so he's going after the lead bomber as well. Now, technically speaking, since this is full, he's supposed to go to the next one back because they're only supposed to have 2. But with group attack, you're allowed to violate this rule and just, it could be infinite. But since this is not part of the group attack, I just moved it down. So we're going to attack the 447th with the flak. That is Hey Mabel. It's a 5, and Hey Mabel has a durability of 1. It's a miss. So no worries there. Now we go to the 388th. That's our leader. Blind date, and we are fast, so we're going to get the roll first, and I'm going to go after the guy who can hit us the easiest. And I rolled a 9, and we get +5, +2, we get +7 to our roll. That was a 16. We did destroy this. And Blind Date gets an experience point for that. That's pretty cool. Excuse me. Okay, so he gets to attack us. Rolled a 1. That's not going to happen. Let's get a die. It's easier for you guys to recognize. We got 3 of them here. Okay, so now we go to turn 2. We're going to attack. That's a 2, and I said it was a +7, so we had a that's a 9. We didn't hit him. He attacks us, and he misses. So this flies away. All right, so that's that one. And now we're over the target, and we're going to get again. That goes to a 2, 2, and then refresh. All right, so we got one more bandit coming out. And I drew a no bandit. So lucky there. All right, so now we're over the target. And we're going to do 2 flak rolls, unfortunately. We do cancel their technology because we have the chaff. And then we're going to do red, white, blue, sometimes Y. And 2 rolls, 6 hits. They do get +2 because of the campaign bonus. So, all right, red, white, blue, sometimes Y. Okay, this is going to become a 10. And then the leader is the 388, so he gets to subtract 1. So it becomes a 9. A 9 is 2 hits. So Blind Date is up to 3 hits. White is a absolute miss. This goes up to 10. And this is the 351st, so that's Screwball. Goes down to a 9. And that will be 2 hits. That's his first 2 hits for the month. He was at full health. And then this one would go to 6 and down to 5, so it's a miss. All right, so now we got to do another roll. Red, white, blue, sometimes Y. Red is a miss. Blue is going to be a miss. White is going to go to 11 and then down to 10. So that's 3 hits on Screwball. So 447. That's 3 hits on Mabel. Hey, Mabel. So done. And then the sometimes Y is going to be the 499th, which is us, our group. So we get, that goes to 11 down to 10. So that's 3 hits for us. Okay, so now we got to roll 3 dice to see if flak hits our individual bomber. An 8 or more is bad. I'm sorry, a 9 or more is bad. I rolled a 10, so 1 does hit us. And so now we got to roll, see what happens. 1 to 3 is fantastic. A 9 is not. We have engine damage, so we're going to have to repair that at the end of the day or end of the week. A 10 would have meant we were destroyed. That would have been bad. And if we ever get destroyed or reassigned, I'm not getting an individual bomber page out again. We're just going to play the rest of the game without one. The goal of the individual bomber is to survive to the end of the campaign. So anyways, we get to finally bomb them. So we are over the target. We get a +2 for the target, and that's it. We don't get anything else, whatever the plane says. So we're going to start with Hogwild. He has this configuration. And let me back this up so you can see the die rolls a little better. So we have 2 Gucci bombs. Okay, that's 8 weight points. And then we have an incendiary for 10, and then a 0 for 12. That's 12 weight points. So we're going to roll red, white, blue, and sometimes Y. The bonus is going to be he gets a +4. The pilot does, or the bomber group. That's a +4, and then this is a +2, so that's a +6 to our die roll. So that's pretty good. I'm very happy with that. All right, so red, white, blue, sometimes Y. Well, sometimes Y is 2 hits. This is definitely a hit. I don't even think I could have missed. This is a 4 plus 6, that's a 10. And that's a 3 plus 6, that's a 9. We did maximum hits. So 4, 8, 9, 10. We did 11 hits to the target. And the target only needs 14 to be destroyed. Yeah, we're pretty badass right now. And paying the SO points just makes it even that much sweeter. Now, granted, we keep running out of them, SO points, but... Okay, so the next guy is Screwball. I guess I shouldn't have put everything away. Every one of them is equipped like this. One with this, because they can only carry 6 tonnage. Now, our leader, Blind Date, has Chaff, which takes 1 weight point. So he doesn't have one of these. So he's going to look like this. All right, so Screwball, we're going to do red, white, and blue. And he gets a +1. So this is +2 over here, and then +1. So +3 to all of his rolls. Oh my gosh, that's a 10. That's a 10, and that's a 9. So this is 1 hit, this is 2 hits, and that's 1 hit. So 2, 3, 4 more hits. Target is destroyed. 4 more hits puts us to 15. And all I have to do is hit 1 more time, or 2 more times, to get the overkill bonus. So we're going to just run straight to Hey Mabel. We're going to roll. She has the exact same setup. There's a 9. And so we get +2 from the card. So this would be a 10. So that's 2 more hits right there. I'm not going to roll anymore or check out anymore. We did it. Everything's destroyed. And we got the overkill victory point. So medium intel helped us a ton. And we did destroy the target. This is the aircraft factory that has the 4 supply. So we got rid of the 4 supply, which is also very helpful. And yeah, let's get home. So we're gonna draw our. We did not draw for the way there. So this would have been an all-out response. No change, by the way. An all-out response versus a high response didn't matter. So this did not impact us. And then here's our return trip. All bandits attack for 1 less turn. Yeah, okay, I get that. I understand what that means. All right, so it just means that if they are supposed to attack you for 3 turns, they're only going to attack you for 2. Okay, so now we turn around and head home. This would refresh. This would go to 1, and then we're going to deal with a bandit. So the bandit we're going to deal with is a noob. We are directly over him, and it says that we do 1 less turn, but it does say minimum of 1, so we can't go to 0. So this noob really will fight us. Let's roll to see who he attacks. I rolled a 10, so he's going to go against the last bomber group here, which is the Hog Wild. Hog Wild, by the way, is fast and gets a +9 to his die roll. So I just rolled a 10. I got a perfect 20 against this. So he's destroyed, goes out of the game. Hog Wild doesn't get the experience point, but we do get to bump up. And I think we destroyed one other one, so I'll bump that one up too. Okay, so we made it through that. So now we're going to move here, and this would refresh, but we're no longer, this would have been at a 1, and it would refresh at the end, but by then we're home. So that's it. Okay, so let's get some victory points scored. We scored, how many? We scored 4 victory points. So that puts us to 50. Okay. So we're at 50 victory points. I had 46 written here, but that's because of this. So we're at 50 victory points, and then we got to dish out. So Hog Wild is an ace, so Hog Wild gets nothing. Screwball, I tried to sort them. So Screwball is going to get 2. Blind Date's going to get 2. And then Hey Mabel's going to get 2. See, since they're all together, I can now maybe do this a little bit easier on the score sheet. So let's see who gets promoted. Hey Mabel needs 5, has 2. Not going to happen. Screwball needs 9, has 4, plus the 2 from the commander is 6, but not going to happen. And Blind Date's probably going to promote here. This is 6 over here, and that's 7, 8, 9. Yeah, Blind Date is now an ace. So let's see what that gives us. And so here you can see we're at a +5, +1 with a repair of 1. And yes, we just upgraded a repair of 2, and we're at +6, +2. So everything got better. I mean, that was a huge upgrade, and very happy about that. We now have 2 aces, though, with this group. So not a lot of experience to be had there with these guys, but as you can tell, we're obliterating our targets. So that aircraft factory is destroyed. So we're going to do several things. Number 1, I'm going to put a counter on Goring to show we destroyed 1 German target. So he's going to get a +1 at the end. The second thing is we got to put a build marker on the next month. All right, so that's done. So now let's go after the next target, which is also in Germany. That was intentional. Okay, so our path is going to be like this. And our escort has to go sweep on this one. He has to go to sweep. I find that funny. The reason is he needs the +2 range. He can't do it without the range. Our new number 1 is 389. And then we're going to just have everybody follow from behind. We did get 1 experience point, so I'm going to cross this out. So we now have 2. We've maxed out our 2+ for the mechanic. So can't add more there. We have +1 on each side here. We're going to add +1 to the air to ground in case we ever become a lead. And we did do our final mission as a green. So next mission, we're going to be average pilots. Not bad for Hitler has only got 1 ball. Okay. Let's roll. So let's roll for the Luftwaffe response. I'm not going to do diversion this week because, as you can see, there's not a lot of airfield or air squadrons up there. So they're all down here. So I'm saving my diversions for when we come down here. Okay, so we have... Yeah, there's no bonus. Let's just roll for Luftwaffe. I rolled a 2. Ooh, that's so good. A 2 for him is average. It's not even poor, but still. We got him to average, which means that only the ones we fly over are going to matter. Until we draw our event card and it screws us. But that's what we're going to do for now. Here's our event card. All bandits attack with a -2 air-to-air. So that means it's a -4 for them. So it's going to be a cakewalk. All right, so we move. By the way, 1, 2, we're now over a target. And so we're going to intercept 1 bandit. And the 1 bandit is going to be a no bandit. Makes it even easier. Then we go over the target. And we're going to get this one. Intercept another bandit. And we do get one this time. We're going to attack fast. I have a 2, and I get to add 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 + 9 is 11. Yep, he's destroyed. We move this up 1. And give him an experience point. He's up to 3 now. Towards his ace. And we do have to give him a variant, which is -3. So that's on. Okay, next is the flak. We do have 2 rolls. They hit on a 6. They're going to get a +2. So we have to do red, white, and blue, sometimes Y. if you're forgetting the, sometimes Y is just a play on words because we do A, E, I, O, U, and U, and then sometimes Y. So, okay. Red, white, and blue, sometimes Y. Oh. Okay, red, white, blue, sometimes Y. All right, so if we're adding 2, let's start with red. This is Hitler's hearse. 389, yep. So we're gonna add 2 to get to 7. There's nothing I can do about it, so he's gonna take 1 damage. Done. And then this one goes up to 11, and it's the 458th. And they get to subtract 2, so it goes back down to 9. It doesn't matter, it's 2 hits. He takes 2 hits, and they're up to 4 hits total. This one goes up to 6. And there's nothing we can do about that, so we take 1 hit. That's Sad Sack, by the way, taking the hit. And then the last one is, I believe, Death Dealer. Yep. And that goes up to a 10, which is 2 hits. I cannot mitigate those 2 hits, so I'm going to take 2 hits. And then we have to do another set of roll. So we roll again. Red's a miss. White is a possible hit, and that's a miss. So these both hit 6, and I just got to make sure if they mitigate anything. So 458th reduces flak by 2, so that's a miss. And then this one is the 448, that's Sad Sack. He takes 1 hit. So he goes to -2. All right, so nobody's in danger, but we did take a lot of hits there. And it's the flak. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so we're over the target. The target, by the way, is not there. The target is here. So we're going to be fighting these squadrons on the way back. No doubt about that. And because of our variant, we have a sweep of -4. So we're at 7 damage because of the variant. And okay, everybody has 0 bombs because these are dispersed targets. So I will get one out just to remind you that we're going to get a +2 to our die roll because it's dispersed, and we need an 8 or a 10 to hit. So we get +2 from the card. We're going to get +2 from the bomb. So that's +4 total, and then whatever the bomber has. So we're going to start with Death Dealer. He gets to roll 4 dice. He gets no bonus, so he just gets that +4. This is 2 hits, 2 hits, 1 hit. So 2, 4, 5. 5 hits. I have very strong confidence we're going to destroy the crap out of this thing. Okay, then we move to Sad Sack. He gets a +1, so everybody's going to get a +5 now. Someone at the door.